Hey guys, Ranch here, bringing us of commentary. This is going to be the first set in round of 16 of the Hana Daetoo MSL. This is going to be the first set between Great and Movie. Because Movie is going to take you to the movies. And a Great, well, he's feeling great. Are you feeling great? I'm feeling great. Anyway, my lame-ass jokes aside, this is going to be on Tech Fighting Spirit. We're going to have Movie at the upper right-hand position in teal as the protoss player. We're going to have Great as the orange zerg player at the bottom left-hand position. And this is probably the matchup in round 16 that I'm looking forward to the most. I don't know why, but I just have this feeling in my head that this could be a very, very good series. So we're going to see. Let's see, 38, 39, 40, some sinkage. But yeah, I'm expecting real good things. Movie, darn, his PvZ is exemplary. His PvZ, he definitely has taken the spot right now, I think, as the best PvZ player right now. It used to be Bisu, but that's dead and gone now. I think Bisu's just not performing up to the level he should be able to. Movie, meanwhile, has become one of the best protoss players around. He still is a little bit inconsistent with his play, but his OSL run last season was very nice. And he's zerg player in his way, you know, dying. So he's the guy that, if he lands, I think if he gets, you know, if he doesn't get in the way of, say, Flash, if Flash, for instance, doesn't get in his way, he's going to be able to have a good run, especially if he gets by Great here. Great, though, I can't say anything bad about him either. Great is overall a very solid player. Don't think he's quite at the level to be able to win a Star League. It would have to be a serious fluke, I would gotta say. It would have to be a very easy run, you know. He would have to get the side of the bracket where he has much easier players. I just don't think he has what it takes to consistently beat players like Flash and Jaedong and players of that caliber. I just don't think he can take them in a best-of-5 series, unfortunately. This is a best-of-3, though, so this, I think, is best chance to advance to the round of 8. Well, not his best chance. Movie overall, very good anti-zerg player. He's meanwhile going to blockade here, going for an overpull, I believe, just trying to force that. Probably not going to be able to prevent the scout. He's, meanwhile, at the very least, going to be able to put down the hatchery, simply just because the Pro Bowl wanted the scout more than preventing us. That hatchery already did get a decent delay on it. So with an overpull in there is going to be Nexus before cannons, but cannons are going to come up in time to kill these zerglings off. And Great sent his overload apparently to the upper left-hand position, so I'm still not sure whether he actually knows where Movie is stationed, but I'm sure he's going to send his zerglings to different locations. Probably going to send him across the map. So he's just going to run right in there. Has one single zergling following this probe round to try to kill that off. But we're just going to see what happens here. Expecting pretty standard play from PvZ, and Movie's the type of guy that can go for almost anything PvZ. He's very good with Dark Templar play. He doesn't always go standard with it either, not just standard Bisu build. He always switches it up. Dark Templars usually come in later in the game for him. He has a very nice Corsair Reaver, very nice Reaver micro. He has overall very good unit control, very nice micro. And when he gets into the late mid-game, I would say, it's when his macro really kicks in. He's the type of guy... this was not something I really saw in him earlier on, like half a year ago or so, maybe a little bit more than that. I suppose before he became a player who's capable of winning the ace matches, a player who's capable of winning in the clutch. Before that, I don't think I saw in him this... I saw the unit control, but I did not see the macro. But now his macro has really kicked in, and he's become a much better macro player. One of the better Protoss macro players alongside guys like Stork. I don't know, I was going to call Stork a dude, but then I canceled at the last second. I don't know why. Later on the way, alongside a third hatchery at 9, which the probe did spot. So he's going to know what's coming at him. It's going to be most like a good old standard, you know, Scourge into mass Hydras and try to break him down. We're going to see exactly what it is that the Movie's going to try to go for the counter there. Has one single cannon at the front only. Zealot out there actually force the zerglings away. Not going to be able to manage to do much damage with it. Might go to his 9 o'clock position, try to pick up a drone or two. Probing while still coming off the line. I think that's a scouting probe. Actually never got killed this entire time. So nice play there from him. Nice micromanagement overall. Well, there weren't really that many zerglings inside of his base. It was more focused on doing other things. 2 Zealots now out there. They're going to might try to engage these zerglings. Want to be a little bit careful about it. 2 Zealots can engage 6 zerglings, but they have to be very careful about it. Have to make sure they don't get pincerdos around it. Spire now on the way for Great. And let's see. Just overall, I gotta say, these two guys are the kind of players that have not yet reached S-Class, but they're not far away. I mean, Great a little bit further away. He needs to become more consistent overall. He is the Zerg player. Movie now gonna lose that probe, but Great really is the Zerg player that Samsung Kong has needed a long time. Samsung Kong back in the day was alongside SKT1, the race that the team that did not have a single decent Zerg player, but then Great came out of nowhere and played very well. That was over a year ago now. But he just hasn't reached that level of consistency. He has not reached that level of consistency where he needs to be that he can win. He needs to be able. He needs to be a player that can win in the clutch. He needs to be a player that can be thrown out there in the ace match, and he needs a player that can play under pressure in Star Leagues. He just needs this overall package. But he's a very good overall player. So, if he keeps improving, if he just reaches that level that needs to be, he'll at the very least manage to become a very good high-level A-level player, very high-level A-level player. I'm not quite sure whether he has what it takes to reach the S-Class and go be one of the greats, but he's despite his nickname, but he's still a very good player. Let's see, hatcheries being added in production. Hatcheries now for Great, while just a couple of Zealots and Dragoon milling out there for Movie, trying to make sure there are no attacks coming in. Of course, there's out. They're gonna get one Overlord kill, if nothing else. But gonna get the scout as well. Creep colony is on the way into the left 9 o'clock position as a creep colony. I'm wondering if this is going to be a sunken colony. Most likely going to be a sunken colony because he's using that production hatcheries as a blockade for that sunken. So in case that push going to